Maboy Manila Pope here. We are back again with another comparison video on our hand. And today we are pitting one of the iterations of the Realme 9 series, which is the Realme 9 4G, versus one of the most hyped smartphones of 2021, the Redmi Note 10 Pro. If you happen to have a Redmi Note 10 Pro and you decided to upgrade your device, and one of your choices is the Realme 9 4G, but you're not sure if you're getting more or getting less, let's find out. First, let's talk about its design and build. The Realme 9 4G is lighter, weighing 1.78 grams, while Redmi Note 10 Pro weighs about 1.93 grams, which is a huge difference. Still, both devices are thin, so carrying either of them around or putting them in your pocket won't be excruciating. Around their frame, they both have the power button on the right, with Redmi Note 10 Pro having a built-in fingerprint scanner to its power button alongside its volume rockers, while the Realme 9 4G has an in-display sensor. The volume rockers of the Realme 9 4G are on the left side alongside the SIM tray. On the bottom, we have a speaker grill, a USB-C port for charging, and the main microphone. Over the top, the Redmi Note 10 Pro has a secondary speaker grill alongside a 3.5mm headphone jack, while the headphone jack of the Realme 9 4G stays at the bottom. In terms of design quality, Redmi Note 10 Pro offers a more premium quality build than the Realme 9 4G. The Redmi Note 10 Pro's back is made out of glass with a glossy finish and is also protected by a Corning Gorilla Glass 5, while on the other hand, Realme 9 4G is made out of polycarbonate plastic. Despite that, the Realme 9 4G offers a more sturdy build than the Redmi Note 10 Pro. From a minimalistic point of view, Redmi Note 10 Pro has a more striking appearance than the Realme 9 4G. However, if you want to flaunt your smartphone, the colorway of the Realme 9 4G offers a more stunning look. Moving forward to their display, the Redmi Note 10 Pro boasts a 6.67-inch AMOLED display, while the Realme 9 4G offers a 6.4-inch Super AMOLED panel. Both have a Full HD Plus resolution, with Realme 9 4G having a 411 ppi density, while Redmi Note 10 Pro only has 395 ppi. Both devices are equipped with a high refresh rate display, with Realme 9 4G having a 90Hz and 120Hz for the Redmi Note 10 Pro. Also, they are both protected by a Corning Gorilla Glass 5. Display quality is very similar since they boast the same panel and resolution. The fluidity of scrolling in gaming or browsing on both phones is smooth and fast, especially for the Redmi Note 10 Pro. So in terms of display, if you're opting for a 120Hz refresh rate, Redmi Note 10 Pro is a pretty neat choice. But if you have no use for that kind of refresh rate, then the 90Hz of the Realme 9 4G is enough to satisfy your needs. Moving forward to their cameras, the Redmi Note 10 Pro is equipped with a quad camera setup, while the Realme 9 4G only has a triple camera. Both devices are packing a 108MP main shooter, 8MP ultra-wide, while the third sensor of the Realme 9 is a 2MP macro, while the last two sensors of the Redmi Note 10 Pro are a 5MP macro and 2MP depth. As for the image quality, all photos are taken in HDR mode. As you can see, Redmi Note 10 Pro outputs a more balanced exposure quality image. If you zoom in a little, you can see that there are some noises visible on the Realme 9 4G over the balconies. In terms of colors, Realme 9 outputs a bit of warm tone into its images, but shadows are raised so details are visible in some portions, while the Redmi Note 10 Pro shows a balanced tone but offers deep shadows. The quality of outdoor photos are inconsistent on both devices. In the next image, Realme 9 has a more sharp and more vibrant color than the Redmi Note 10 Pro. The more photos we took indoors, the better result Realme 9 4G has to offer. It has more details and sharpness in solid subject. Although if you are taking photos without a subject but shooting on a location, Redmi gives more justice to the quality and lighting. But in location shoots, Realme 9 has its colors pop and vibrant. As for low light and night mode shots, Realme outputs more enhanced lighting than the Redmi Note 10 Pro. Although looking at them at the same time, Redmi Note 10 Pro has a more true-to-life colors and lighting. But in terms of who outputs the best night mode shots, I'd say the Realme 9 4G did a pretty good job. Despite the low light, it still manages to shoot decent colors and sharpness to its images. As for their 8-megapixel ultra-wide, there are no distortion visible on the edges. The colors are great along with some decent exposure and balanced lighting. As for their macro shots, despite Realme having a 2-megapixel macro instead of a 5-megapixel, still it delivers an outstanding macro shot. It has impressive colors unlike the pale color output from the Redmi Note 10 Pro, but Realme 9 as always is inconsistent in terms of its macro performance. As for their 16-megapixel selfie camera, Realme 9 outputs more clarity to its selfie photos. Realme 9 also has a sharper color tone and highlights are a bit blown out unlike the Redmi Note 10 Pro. But all in all, both outputs a true-to-life skin tone. As for their video recording, Redmi Note 10 Pro can shoot up to 4K at 30fps, while the Realme 9 can only go up to 1080p at 30fps. As for other camera features, Redmi Note 10 Pro offers more in its arsenal. Now heading to their performance and software. Although Redmi Note 10 Pro is said to be lined up on the upcoming Android 13 and MIUI 13 update. On the other hand, Realme 9 is running on an Android 12 with the latest Realme UI 3.0. As for their configuration, both devices have 128GB of storage, with the Redmi Note 10 Pro having 6GB of RAM, while Realme 9 has an 8GB of RAM. One of the advantages of Realme on this end is not just the 2GB extra RAM, but the RAM expansion that it offers that can go up to 5GB. Take a quick look at their speed test. Moving forward to their chipset, the Redmi Note 10 Pro is powered by a Snapdragon 732G, while Realme 9 has a Snapdragon 684G. As for their gaming performance, we put a link on the description box on each device's individual gaming performance. As for their battery, Redmi Note 10 Pro is backed by 5020 mAh of battery, while Realme 9 4G has a 5000 mAh battery. In terms of charging support, both are equipped with a 33 watts fast charging. However, despite the same charging support and a slight difference in battery size, it only took 1 hour and 10 minutes to fully juice up the Realme 9 4G, while on the other hand, Redmi Note 10 Pro took almost 1 hour and 14 minutes. Longevity-wise, both can last you the whole day thanks to their AMOLED panel, but Realme 9 4G has an extra to spare due to the lower refresh rate and a smaller transistor. Overall, if you're looking to buy either one of these phones, Redmi Note 10 Pro is a pretty solid choice since it is priced lower and offers a bit more. Now, if you want to upgrade your smartphone, then the Realme 9 4G is also a good choice. However, there are some small downgrades like the 120Hz display, Gorilla Glass protection, and the chipset. Still, both devices offers great quality design, punchy AMOLED display, and an impressive 108-megapixel camera. Although most consumers nowadays are looking for a 5G smartphone to future-proof their device, still having a 4G smartphone isn't much of a problem. As of now, the Redmi Note 10 Pro is priced at 13,590 pesos, while the Realme 9 4G is priced at 14,999 pesos. So, let me ask you a question. Would you go for the Realme 9 4G despite its price? Or would you settle for the old but established Redmi Note 10 Pro? Let us know in the comment section below. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to subscribe and ring the bell so you'll be updated with our future contents. Also, don't forget to visit manilashaker.com for more tech news, reviews, and comparison of the latest device. Once again, this is Pope, and mabuhay Manila!